I'm glad I put my rain fly on. It was so humid yesterday and it decided to rain overnight, so it's still raining lightly this morning. And I think it's going to be a wet hike for at least the first portion of the day. Having breakfast here in my vestibule and getting ready for the day. So it's looking like 4.7 miles to Dosey Meadows, and then another 1.1 to Hayden Pass, and then a 9-mile descent down to the Hayes Ranger Station, Hayes River Ranger Station. So that's kind of the nutshell of the day, and then hopefully if we've got some afternoon left when we get down there, we'll make some extra miles along the Hayes River, and that should shorten the final day of this portion of the Pacific Northwest Trail. Then I'll get 1 to 2 nights, probably 2 nights off trail before I come back on Saturday with my brother-in-law Zev and my friends from the Grand Canyon, Tracy and Steve. And Tracy and Steve will join us for the first night of that adventure, that second leg of the adventure, another 6 days out. And Zev, my brother-in-law, will join me for the entire time. So should be a lot of fun. And overall, it was a good night. This is a beautiful campsite. I really like it here at Deception Creek. There's a brand new privy, so that's always a bonus for a backpacker. But there's a really nice sound of the creek, and well-graded, well-groomed campsites. You can build fires here. I didn't build one last night, but it's a good spot. As far as I know, I was here all alone last night. This is the second time I've camped alone on this trip, and that's something that I'm working through, getting used to. Didn't sleep great, but slept well enough, and getting ready for another great day, having my coffee. Final update before I head out. Got the rain pants going, got my whole outer layer ready for rain. I was just talking with my wife on the Garmin InReach a little bit, texting, and apparently the forecast for the peninsula is rain today, so it's probably going to be a wet one going up over Hayden Pass, which was fire damaged in 2016. Might be a little creepy, kind of cool. Hope to get some footage up there. I'll be shooting mainly with my cell phone today. It's the most weather hardy device I've got. Everything else is kind of packed down for wet weather. All right, enjoy the hike. This is called the Devil's Club, and I ran into a bunch of this in a bad way on a previous hike, training hike in July. It is pretty nasty. It sticks in you. It's like running through a bunch of briars. There's spikes all over the stuff, so it's best to just give it some distance. These are thimbleberries. These are thimbleberries, not a real treat. Yesterday I had a handful of blueberries. Today it's thimbleberries, and there's a whole patch of them along here, so I might be here for a minute. This is just stunning. I love the way the clouds dance on the ridges. Well, it's always good to know you're still on the right trail. Well, I'm at Bear Camp, and yesterday a gentleman mentioned that there were no water sources here that were running. That's not true. There's a pretty active stream just next to it. You may have gotten confused with another spot. There's also a nice privy behind me, which looks new. And if you swing around this way, there's a really nice looking shelter out there with a new tin roof at a minimum. Anyway, I guess I could have come here last night, but hey, I had a good night. Enjoyed my time where I was. And this is Bear Camp, though, a place worth visiting by the looks of it.
Now it's on to blueberries. I'm gonna try to hold myself to 1 to 2 handfuls of these, but there's a pretty good patch of them. Well, here's I think a marmot hole, and there's another one over there. And here's my hand for scale. It's obviously a little closer, but not far off. They're amazing little diggers. I've come across a few of these where there were boulders all strung aside. Just incredible. I'm enjoying a morning break with a view, drying my feet out under a big tree. You can see the trail I'm going to be on way up there, just slight left of center, going diagonally uphill. Well, that's this trail, but that's where I'll be shortly. Beautiful area, lots of blueberries up here at Hayden Pass. I'm sure it's really active with bears, especially in another few weeks, if not now. Well, right on cue, I just saw a big black bear. It's way up there. It's probably a quarter mile, third of a mile up the trail. It ran down off the trail, so keep an eye out for it. If I can get a snapshot, I will. Obviously, I'm not going to get mauled by a bear trying to take its picture, but it's a big black bear, beautiful bear. Bear update, obviously I took my music off, wanted to make sure I was as sensory aware as possible. It was good for the climb though. The bear has vacated the premises. It's down there somewhere. It saw me coming across the valley over there, and it scattered pretty quick. Maybe it was the orange, who knows. But I'm thankful for that, but it was awesome to see. Beautiful big bear. It's amazing how much they have to eat to get ready for winter. Well, you can trace this climb up to Hayden Pass. We follow the trail, goes down to the left, loops back around, goes straight in the middle of the shot, then off to the left. It was a great climb. Still not quite done. Well, I made it to Hayden Pass, and now I've got a 4,000 foot descent. It's about twice as long as Constance Pass yesterday. I'm actually thankful for that because Constance Pass was really tough on my knees. I've got good knees, but by the bottom they were aching. Whew. I'm gonna wring out my sock and my left boot. Unfortunately, the waterproofing failed, so it's something I'll be working on later this week before I come back out. Here's the fire damage. The beginning of it is going to go on for quite a while here below Hayden Pass, going towards the Elwha. But it's amazing how quickly nature comes back as well. Wow, really impressive landslide area. Well, got a couple of, I think, bucks up here, and I need to go that direction. Should be interesting. I'm going to approach them very gently. I'm hoping this works out. I disturbed their rest, and I feel badly about that. I really don't want to get any closer. Sorry, dude. I'm trying to go as wide as I can. I'm going to go down the ridge a little bit. I don't really want to be any closer than this. See ya. Have a nice day. Sorry, as you were. Go back to resting. Well, the rain seems to have slowed down. I'm making steady progress down the mountain at this point. I don't know how many miles to go yet. I'm just going to keep hiking, but I'm getting down to the forest, which is a sign that I'm getting closer to the Hayes Ranger Station and Camp, which is my destination for back. I'm getting lower and lower on the mountain, going down to 1,700 feet, and getting some rain euphoria here. It's like a downpour every few steps. Well, I did make it down to the Hayes River Ranger Station. There are a few campsites here, and one of the first things I did was build a fire. So, well, obviously it's gonna be nice to have a heated dinner tonight. I've been cold soaking most of this trip, but I'm trying to dry my boots out and my socks and a whole bunch of other stuff. Got a little setup over here, a little camp kitchen going on, my bear canister. There's my tent over there. Looks like I'll be all alone again tonight unless somebody arrives late. And then out here is the river, which is really beautiful. It's super clear. You can see right through it, see it flowing through. And so this is the end to another great day. And I will be looking at my plans for tomorrow shortly.
Well, I'm getting ready for bed and for tomorrow. I've got a little bit of sleep apnea, so I wear these ProVent strips at night when I am out here in the wilderness, and they work pretty well. They're not a CPAP machine, but they work pretty well. All right, with that out of the way, today's Rich Roll podcast was Colin O'Brady, and he talked all about how he, Rich Roll titled it Freeze Solo, and he talked all about how he went across Antarctica human-powered with a sled. And it took him 53 days, and it was a great story, and I'll leave the links down below. Rich Roll's podcasts are great. I'm really enjoying them. I hadn't gotten into them too much. They first started for me with the David Goggins podcast that I watched on New Year's Day, talking about his book, Can't Hurt Me, and then I listened to the book, and it was fantastic. And so I've been curious about Rich's podcasts. They're long. They're up to a couple hours long. But for being out here hiking, I got 12 of them and brought them along with me, and they're available on iTunes, and I just think they're great so far. So highly recommend those, and hope you get to enjoy that one. All right, tomorrow's plan is we're going for it. 21 miles out and getting up super early. I won't have a lot of video early in the day, I'm sure. I've got a 3 o'clock alarm set. Get out hopefully by 4 on the trail, and then just hike like mad here through the Elwha Valley. I will pick up some stuff, but I'm kind of motivated, thinking about a black bean burger at the gastropub in next door gastropub in Port Angeles, and spending a couple nights at home before I come back out here on Saturday. Got a few things to address. Got my boots pretty dry, so most of my stuff is reasonably dry, maybe half dry after today, but that's certainly better than it was. So I'll be ready for tomorrow, all pre-packed, and should be an adventure again. Today was great. Thanks for joining me on another one of Charlie's Hikes. If you're enjoying these, please subscribe to my channel and like them. Thank you.